Hi, my name is Charlotte Jeffrey. I live in Dallas, Texas. I am calling on Hollywood and all pastors in surrounding cities. And what my cry is today is I believe that we, as a church foundation and Hollywood, we need to get into all these high schools around the world in our neighborhoods and get into schools and talk to the children about gun violence, about how we can save our children. I am 47 years old. I grew up in the 80s when we had drugs and it was really bad and our kids was trying to sell drugs and killing each other. And we had one old school rapper who is not with us today called Eazy. Eazy took the streets of LA and he tried to change the thing with gangs and drugs, and he asked them to lay down their guns. And I'm calling on old school. I'm calling on Dr. Dre. I'm calling on Ice Cube. I'm calling on P. Diddy. I'm calling on all the great old school rappers, all the great pastors of the world. We're not asking for your money. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Bun B, Jamie Foxx, all you guys grew up in Texas. I'm not asking for money. I'm asking if you guys will go into our high schools and ask our children to lay the weapons down and not kill each other. And so that we can create another generation of children who are talented and gifted and they can make it to their dreams. Because we won't have another, Ice Cube. We won't have another Kendrick Lamar. We won't have another Beyonce. We won't have anybody to come and entertain us and give us love in the African American world and any other world or culture. We're not asking for you guys to give money for us to go on Washington and preach a song that's not going to change anything. I'm asking if you guys, from the hood you grew up in, will come back and go in and talk to the children. Maybe give a t-shirt here or there, asking them to lay their weapons down and let's deal with this mental health thing. Pastors, I love all the great pastors of the nation who have survived and all that. We're not asking for money. We're not asking for you guys to stay in the domain of your church and talk to the children in your church. I'm asking if you guys would get outside the church, please, and let's save our children. Lay this stuff down that's going on in Hollywood with the feud between Monique and Oprah, with the feud between Beyonce and Tiffany Haddish. Lay that down. Lay that down with the feud between the young girl that's fighting with Madison. Lay all that down because that was crowd social media. And let's put out there about these children, about our children who we're trying to save. Being a child raised up in the 70s and the 80s, we survived the drug war when we were killing each other, when there was a child found dead every 30 minutes in LA. It's still, some of that still may be going on, but for the most part, that's over. Let's get these babies and talk to them about weapons and guns because that's the only way we're going to save our children. Going to the White House is not going to save our children. Ever since this last shooting in Florida, in Parkland, Florida, there have been kids, they have to evacuate school all around the world every day because there's a threat. And I'm calling on the pastors. I am calling on the pastor, Bishop Jakes, Ricky Rush, Freddie Haynes, all of y'all get into these schools. Clefo Dollar, we're not asking for money. We're just asking for you and your voice because the children know you guys. You guys are world renowned. Juanita Bynum. Y'all, let's get into these schools and save our children. Because if we don't save our children, it'll never be a next generation of greatness that God wants to see. We're not asking for money. I'm not asking for you to give money. I worked in Dallas ISD for 20 years. I started November the 5th of 1997. And I had to end my career early working with special need kids on November the 30th of 2017. And I see it every day. And it's becoming a terrifying fact. So if we could please just we're not asking for money, give some time. I want us to give some time because marching on Washington is not going to change the game. Asking people not to sell guns to a child who's 21 is not going to change the game because we know they're in the streets. What would change it if they see the faces that they know of Hollywood and of our pastors, our great pastors of our nation, our great women of our nation, get together and let's go in all these high schools and talk to the children. I wish somebody would allow me to come in and talk to the children about gun violence and see what we can do to reach our children. And I pray that somebody is listening and somebody may say that's a great thing. But all this feuding and fighting we're doing on Facebook, on YouTube, we need to lay that down and see can we save our children. Because as you can see now, we got copycats. And we need to not do that. Thank you for your time. And again, my name is Charlotte Jeffrey. Thank you.